guys, and welcome back to more Dungeons of Dredmor. We will continue where we left off. So our goal for this episode is just to continue to clear out level 1. I think we've mostly completed our quests. We still have to find the metal shrine. But okay, so I want to talk about. There's items hidden here. Oops, which we cannot get unless we can get here. There's certain abilities that only let you get there. We might have some later on in our clockwork tree, I believe. Ooh, sweet, that's a nail. As you saw in the last episode, the Nailboard TM is one of the weapons we can use. Boom. Nailboard TM is another good weapon. 3 blood damage and 1 piercing damage. Piercing damage, like toxic damage, is a special damage type which does full damage unless the enemy is resistant to that form of damage. Nothing in the mini fridge. Okay, this is something we will want to write down. These are magical graffiti. Magical graffiti is something that is in the new Conquest of the Wizardmen expansion. I apologize, I almost said Lizardmen. So we're gonna write these down. You can actually write them down yourself, because they're across worlds. So, I would advise you to be careful entering these, because they could be of any difficulty, and often you can die. Also at the bottom it says friendly bit of advice. I'd write this down. Make sure you write it down carefully and correctly, as an incorrect transcription on your part will pretty much, if you type it in incorrectly or write it in incorrectly, you will end up in a dimension you probably don't want to be. And then we got another quest. The monster Inusium, the potent of boozes, must be defeated, and artifact Blockshot, the moaning Sari, must be recovered. We will do this for you in consequentia. In your name. Okay, that guy's sleeping. Oh, he was sleeping until we woke him up, because we are not very sneaky, as we have spoken with. If it was not, we would have got an instant critical hit on a sleeping monster. But alas, we did not. Okay, so that's the metal shrine. That's a gnome. The gnome teleported. We are going to use our rocket punch. Punch him in the face and kill him. We use our... do we have to select the item? Oh, see, that guy has a ranged attack, which he is using to hit us. Oh, that's the sonnets of root vegetables that we needed to kill. Golden. Ooh. Okay. You found some food in the barbecue. We found cheese in a barbecue. That's not the type of cheese I'd want to eat. However, ironically, I would eat cheese from a chest and steak from a grill, but I would not eat steak from a chest and cheese from a grill. Yes, the irony. Okay, well, we need to use some on that metal shrine. This time we may or may not have. Let's see. Oh, maybe we did not get that item yet. But anyway, there was a crafting recipe we saw that we could use here. So, let me find it here for us. And we will upgrade our gloves. Boom! Thick leather war gloves. The one you always craft is the one beside the craft button. Boom! So now, we have less ability for the enemy to dodge. See, if look, we have 2, now but we have more armor. I think that's a fine trade-off. Especially because we're going to need those gloves later on anyway. So, crossbow. Neat thing, a crossbow will actually go. Oh, it didn't. You can actually say it's not a bad idea to keep a crossbow on your character in case you need to use a crossbow for something. Then you have one. Usually you want a cheap crossbow because you don't really need an expensive one. These are nothing. Ooh. Let's summon Diggle. Anyway. Yeah, there's gonna be a chapter disarmed here. There. Those are nothing. These, however, are something. A certain order of the of these, you can make any vendor in the game. So we just made. I've never studied this or put much time into it, but if you want to, I'm sure there's some on the Lord Dredmor wiki about the organizations. However, there's no real vending machines that are really that important or that useful that you would actually want to put a lot of time into it. Two-minute coal, something we absolutely need, is used in making steel, which we will see a lot later on because I'm going to use a lot of steel. Mostly in crafting armor. I'm not sure if I explained it yet, but it's easier. I kind of did when we're in the store there, but you're only going to need two. Oh, there you go. Admiral of Krong. We can talk about that. Krong is the god of weapons, armor, and enchanting. So if we put an item on the Anvil of Krong, Krong would either blast us. That is very rare that you find two anvils of Krong. And is there another anvil here? No, there's not, sadly. So Krong would thank you for your patronage and your pilgrimage and bless your item, or he would smite you for your, I don't know, you could say for you're trying to take advantage of him. Either way, you get either a positive attribute added to your weapon or a negative debuff. I said weapon incorrectly. It's any item. I usually go with rings because they can be easily remade. Sadly, that is an axe, and it's actually an iron axe, which it's even crude, so it's really not that big of a deal. Hematite is good. Two-minute coal is great. Two-minute gold. Pretty much all these. You always want to find ores over like the actual material, because ores can be crafted into two. Assuming you have the right ones. Steel's the only one where you need a certain number of. I was just looking for that. Got popped in the face. Also, if you look, our armor is no longer protecting us. Suit up, and we are safe again. Ruda Chicha. Always keep a Ruda Chicha. It is more useful than you would ever think. I think it's worth a large amount as well, actually. There's a test system and the emergency warning system. This is only a test. Had this be a real emergency, you would be dead now. Good to know. So there's a Diggle in there, which we cannot get at unless. Oh, maybe we can walk around there. I'm gonna drink this anyway, because, like I told you, you always drink from the fountain. Did we just find a Chalk Electric Ring in there? I think we did. Boom! We do 4 more damage, and which is actually pretty good for us. And we have voltaic resistance, but voltaic damage and voltaic resistance, which is really good for us. That's why I said always drink from the fountains. Sometimes there's acid in them, but think of it the other way. Sometimes there's not acid in them, and those are just regular old adventure pants. I swear there's something you can do with adventure pants though, but it's actually why I bought them in the first episode. But I do not remember what it is. Tofu. Tofu actually has more of a root in the game than you would think. It's actually not that potent in itself, but it's really potent. There's a thing you can be a vegetarian in this game actually and not eat meat. However, more accurately, vegetarians do not want to hurt tasty animals either. So thus, there's Lotus. Pazow! Oh, Pazara, the bearer of wisdom. Again, it is an axe. We do not use axes, but there it is. Pazow, the bearer of wisdom. Also, there is a disposable ink press from this here. On the door, you see the sparkling. Boom! So we're doing pretty good now that we have. Well, we did really well getting both a nail board, TM, and this child collector ring. So it's really going to help us out. Reason is, enemies can be resistant to one or more elements, but they're usually not. Ooh, our inventory is full. So now we know what we had to do. Walk all the way up there, drop our stuff off again. And don't worry, we will have a remedy for this, as from the depths of the Curse of the Wizardland expansion. But not yet. Sometimes, and that's the funny thing, sometimes you find it early, sometimes you don't. Even if we find, I didn't want to spoil it, but if we find a Lutefisk cube as well, that will help us. And yes, it is a play on the Herodric cube. However, I'm technically not ruining it, partially because you don't know what it does. I also want to smash this whole thing here. And just for the fun of it, boom! Just so it kind of comes. Okay, so things that are. I'm just gonna stack all this stuff up on the belt. Oh my word. Wasn't even wearing a little belt. Mudwen I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna put all my ores down here. Zinc, platinum, pants, coal, piping, grog just gets lutefisked, radiant, brimstone. Midas is a good one, always keep Midas potions. However, if you drink a Midas potion, you know what the hand of Midas does, I assume. So pretty much your poop will turn into gold, or you will poop out gold. I guess is more accurate because your character doesn't poop in any other sense. So we have 10 lutefisks, but we don't have lutefisk cubes, so we can just drop them on the ground. Well, I guess we can check what all these other items are worth. Yeah, see anything under 10. So the guard cow could be. There's a Zao, tofu. Probably not gonna eat that tofu. Brax, so all this cheese. Cheese is also useful in a different way as well, so you can keep all your cheese and don't sell your cheese ever really. Barton comb, sword. Let's keep those steaks. The lutefisk. My little diggle eggs I'll just keep. Gold, sapphires. Okay, so the rest of this can be either lutefisk in the lutefisk pile, or their potions of food. Yeah, the power of aluminum salt and stuff, I'm not even sure if I need it or not, but oh, the other thing is, if you carry around, I'm not sure if it happens on the ground, but if you carry around steak for long enough, it ages, so you'll have that's fresh steak. Then you'll get older steak, and the steak will just keep getting older, and it'll keep getting grosser. So keep that in mind. Yeah, that's my just perfect. So now our inventory is clean, and we go back into the depths of the dungeon of Dredmor. We go this way. Yeah. Gotta keep an eye on the map. Map is your friend. May as well go this way because we can go this way. Yeah. Diggle there. Like there. See how useful this clockwork knighting is? The one reason I was thing is we didn't take Tinker. So Clockwork Knight has pretty much, in my opinion, the best armor in the game, which is the Clockwork armor. However, if you don't take Tinker, it's a bit how to say. Yeah, well, you can't craft it, so it's not as useful to take it, but some of the abilities like Rocket Power Punch, Rocket Jump is just really useful. So, also you can learn some smithing. Yeah. So now we have a decision to make. We didn't actually find much steel or iron or anything, so we don't really need that. We don't need walked off. It just helps us survive. So yeah, when I defend, could get angry. But I think I'm gonna take the counter offense chance of offensive maneuvering. Yeah. Offensive maneuvering is really quite useful. So, combat momentum is crazy good when you fight monster zoos and stuff. We only have one skill point, so perfect. Oh, this is a cool one, Tinker's Goggles. They actually are the only item in the game, I believe, that actually help you disarm traps better. And yeah, I talk a lot about disarm traps. It's a useful skill if you want to level up, and you need any XP you can get. Like technically they're okay. See, here's our offensive maneuvering for 2 hits. So default in the skill, I just want you guys to understand this. Default in the skill, we get 3 ability to counterattack. With the ability of offensive maneuvering, we get enemy has less chance to dodge. We do more damage, and we get more critical chance, as well as a little bit more nimbleness. But that's, like I've said, we're not a nimble character. However, if you were playing a rogue, still quite a useful skill, dual wielding. Actually, probably more so because you're not probably using a shield and thus don't need the block chance. So another point I was going to say is you don't actually need to do the trap thing to grind, because enemies will automatically spawn if you just keep walking around. So you could walk around, ooh. So we're going to buy the Lutefisk cube for 0, which you always want to do. However, or you don't always want to do, you always want to do if you need one. However, be really careful about, about getting too many of them, because if you Lutefisk a Lutefisk cube, it will explode and you will lose both your heroic Lutefisk cubes. Oops, shoot. I just shut off a trap. That is a necromantic kind of stuff. It's evil. Not picked. Ooh. So now we are an easy target. Remember that offensive maneuvering only lasts so many hits, which is the only thing bad about being a block character, because any block counts as a hit. Brr, that water is cold. We now have Hyperborean? Or Hyperborean. Anyway, we're infused with that, so. And it says cool, which is ironic, but I'm sure you catch the irony. The best way to figure out if you've explored anywhere is just to look at the map and look for any gaps. See, like if you look right here, there's a little gap. So we know we haven't explored there yet. You can take the teleporters, and teleporters can help you discover new places. However, I just like to walk because I find it, well, you might discover something you missed, or might counter enemies, get XP, and ultimately it's hard to say when you're using the teleporters unless you remember where every teleporter goes. If you're actually making progress, you're gonna do a lot of teleporting and get absolutely nowhere really quickly, which is why I usually just kind of walk around. Gotta walk them that way. So. But before we open this door, I just walked over 4 5 things. We will call that an episode. So I really need to get better at calling them. I should call the episodes every 15 minutes, but it is just too much fun here at Dungeon of Dredmor. Bye for now, guys.